Thank you, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Secretary Yellen, for being here today, but more important, for your tremendous leadership and your steady-handedness in your position, not only now, but over the years. I'd like to start by noting a couple of data points, a few data points. 15 million jobs have been created under President Biden. More Americans have health insurance than ever before. Democrats expanded child tax credit, cut child poverty by over 40% and benefited over 35 million families. The IRS is holding wealthy tax cheats accountable and has already recovered over $500 million in taxes owed. Wages are outpacing inflation, and our economy is outperforming the rest of the advanced countries around the world. And Madam Secretary, you are in large part responsible for those successes, so thank you very much. And I'd like to start with a couple of things that you mentioned in your testimony. First is the implementation of the Inflation Reduction Act. As you mentioned, there were a host of provisions in that bill designed to create jobs, boost renewable energy, and lower cost for consumers. Can you talk a little bit more about the implementation of the clean energy tax credits in that act? And are those incentives working? And what sort of investment are you seeing in renewable energy, manufacturing, jobs, et cetera?
Thank you. First, thank you for your kind words. So we're working around the clock to write the regulations that will provide certainty to households and businesses around the credits. We are seeing the IRA clean energy credits catalyze investment in clean energy technologies. We're concerned about our supply chains, particularly being over-reliant on China for many aspects of our clean energy, whether it's solar panels or batteries. We want to make sure that we're strengthening our supply chain. At the same time, we're creating good jobs and lowering emissions. And we're seeing many good jobs, and the wage and apprentice requirements to receive that large bonus really ensure that the jobs that are being created are good jobs. We're seeing investments in many parts of the country, especially places that are in need, whether they're areas of the country that were dependent on fossil fuels and have seen coal mines or plants close, areas that just haven't benefited from very much investment. We're especially seeing good results there. And we're making sure that people know who can benefit from this law. It has unique features that nonprofits and state and local governments can actually benefit from this law through the direct pay feature. We're working hard to make sure that potential beneficiaries understand how this can positively affect them.
Thank you very much. I'd also like to ask about 2025 and the upcoming expiration of the 2017 Republican tax bill. I appreciate the President reiterating that no one making under $400,000 a year will see a tax increase. One of the things that's been left out by my friends on the other side of the aisle in talking about this is that it wasn't paid for. Their bill was not paid for, and that by definition is inflationary. So in your view, what are some of the more responsible ways that we might offset the costs of any of the TCJA extensions?
Well, the President has proposed a very large number of raisers in his budget, and all of them could be used for this purpose. He's proposed raising the stock buyback tax, raising the corporate alternative minimum tax, enacting Pillar 2, which would bring in substantial revenues, raising we would propose to raise the corporate income tax to 28%, still a cut relative to pre-TCJA, but substantial revenues, a billionaire's tax that would ask those extremely high-income individuals, wealthy individuals, to pay something more in line with what nurses and firefighters pay in their taxes. And there are a wealth of ideas there on how we can finance
Thank you, Madam
this.
Secretary. I yield back.